Most people don't lose their life in one moment. They lose it slowly, in pieces, in days, in years. They don't even notice. Because the biggest mistakes in life don't feel like mistakes at the time. They feel normal, they feel harmless, they feel like something you can fix later, so you don't question them, you don't stop, you don't change, and that's how time disappears. Not all at once, but through small decisions, small delays, small choices you repeat every day, until one day you look back and realize how much time is gone, how many years passed, how many chances you had, how many things you could have done differently. And that realization is heavy, because time is the one thing you can't get back. Not a year, not a month, not even a moment. And the hardest part is you didn't lose it on purpose. You lost it because you didn't see clearly. You didn't realize what those small mistakes were doing. That's why this matters, because if you can see these mistakes early, you can avoid them. You can save years of your life, years of effort, years of regret. So in this video, we're going to talk about 8 mistakes, the kind that don't look serious, but quietly cost you time. The kind people only understand after it's already too late. Most people think big mistakes ruin their life. One bad decision, one failure, one wrong move. But that's not what really costs you years. It's the small mistakes, the quiet ones, the ones you repeat every day without realizing their impact. Because small mistakes don't feel urgent. They don't create immediate consequences. They don't force you to stop, so you keep doing them again and again and again. And over time, they compound. They build, they stack on top of each other until they become your life. That's how years disappear, not through one big failure, but through patterns, habits, decisions you never questioned. Things like delaying what matters, staying where it's comfortable, avoiding what's difficult. These don't feel dangerous, but repeated over time, they cost you everything: your progress, your direction, your potential. And the worst part is, you don't notice it happening because nothing feels wrong in the moment. Everything feels normal until you look back and realize how much time is gone. That's why awareness matters. Because once you see these mistakes clearly, you can stop them. You can change direction. You can save years of your life. So, in the next part, we're going to break down these mistakes, the ones that quietly cost you time without you even realizing it. Number 1, you keep delaying what matters. You tell yourself, you'll start tomorrow, next week, when you feel ready, when things are better, but tomorrow keeps moving. And the longer you delay, the harder it becomes to start. Because delay becomes a habit, a pattern, a default, and that pattern costs you time, more than you realize. Number 2, you stay in the wrong environment, people who don't grow, conversations that don't help you, habits that keep you small, and slowly you become like it, not suddenly, but gradually through repetition, through exposure, until your standards drop without you noticing, and that environment costs you years of growth. Number 3, you avoid difficult things. You choose easy, comfortable, convenient, because it feels better in the moment. But the things that change your life are usually the hardest. They require effort, focus, discipline. And if you keep avoiding them, you avoid progress. And over time, you stay in the same place. Not because you can't move forward, but because you don't face what matters. Number 4, you don't stay consistent. You start something, you feel motivated, you make progress, but then you stop. Not because you can't continue, but because it gets boring, repetitive, uncomfortable. So you quit. And when you quit, you lose everything you built and you start over again and again until years pass and nothing truly changes. Number 5, you focus on the wrong things. You spend time on what feels urgent, not what is important. Small tasks, distractions, things that keep you busy, but don't move you forward. So at the end of the day, you feel tired, but not fulfilled, because your time went to the wrong place. Number 6, you wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect timing, but perfection doesn't come. And while you wait, time moves, opportunities pass, chances disappear. Because life doesn't reward waiting, it rewards action. And waiting too long costs you more than making mistakes. Number 7, you compare yourself too much. You look at others, their success, their progress, their life, and you feel behind. So instead of focusing on your own path, you focus on theirs. You doubt yourself, you hesitate, you lose direction. And that comparison wastes your time because you stop building and start thinking. And thinking without action leads nowhere. Number 8, you ignore what you already know. Deep down, you know what needs to change. You know what you should be doing. You feel it clearly, but you don't act because it's uncomfortable, because it requires effort, because it forces you to change. So you delay, you distract yourself, you avoid, but ignoring the truth doesn't remove it. It just keeps you in the same place. And every day you ignore it, you lose time. These mistakes don't feel serious. They don't feel like they're costing you years. They feel normal. They feel like everyday behavior, but repeated daily, they shape your life. They decide your direction. They define your future, not in one moment, but slowly, through patterns you never question. And that's how time disappears, quietly, without you noticing. And here's the truth: you don't lose years all at once. You lose them slowly, through things that feel small, through decisions that feel normal, through habits you repeat without thinking. That's why it's dangerous. Because nothing feels wrong, nothing feels urgent, nothing forces you to stop. So you continue, day after day, following the same patterns, making the same choices, until one day you look back and realize how much time is gone, how much you could have done, how much you could have changed. And that realization is something you can't ignore because time doesn't come back. It doesn't reset. It doesn't give you another version of the same moment. It only moves forward, and you move with it, whether you're aware or not. That's why awareness matters. Because the moment you see these mistakes, you gain control. You can stop delaying, you can stop avoiding, you can start acting, not perfectly, but intentionally, because your life doesn't change in one big moment. It changes in small decisions, repeated every day. So if you want to save your time, start there. Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're repeating. Look at what you're avoiding. Because once you change those patterns, you don't just change your days, you change your years. One decision at a time.